Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. I finally fixed the audio issue. It only took updating OBS 2 times. But, last time, Defiance Bay burned. Because... I'm trying to remember his name now. Thaos decided to take over a animancer during the trial, not the trial, the hearing, resulting in the Duke's assassination, and of course the people of Gilded Vale immediately rioted. Our only lead now is that Thaos was heading towards Twin Elms for something. And now that Stormwall Gorge has cleared its flooding, we can make our way there, I suppose.
Of course.
Hang on. Oh, I need to fix the resolution. There we go. This city's burning, it's not my burden. I'm sure I already made the joke. Uh-oh. Well. A woman in robes, flanked by an armed group, savors every word before whispering the next. Finally. You should have remained in Defiance Bay. She draws a smile, pale and full, that droops below her recessed chin. But I'm glad you didn't have that better sense. I looked forward to this since you got in our way. Any last words? After all the effort you've mustered, it'd be a shame to end it quietly. Haven't you heard what I do to my enemies? Surrender, unless you want a taste of my anger. The complacent smile on the woman's lip vanishes. You... She gives a sideways glance to her henchman. Yes, I've heard. A corpulent man, muscled beneath rolls of fat, snaps his head in the woman's direction. I've heard it too. Kills without thinking twice, this one. The jowls under his chin quiver as he spits the words out. By the flame nail, let it go. Shut up! The command whistles through her clenched teeth. A cowled man, cleaning his fingernails with the point of a long stiletto, doesn't let the silence last. I told you he had too big of a mouth, boss. He spreads his fingers apart and gives him a good look. But if the oaf's got it right, I'm not here to die for nothing. The woman's shoulders drop. Winds take you. At what point did I promise an easy job? She stares at the ground, her lips hanging down like ripe fruits. How do I know you'll spare us if I give up? It's not the first time I show mercy. That was the rumor too, before you hired us. And the gift. The fighter hammers his fat finger against his temple. I remember, I do. The woman bites on her lower lip, flushing it red, and shakes her head. Wodika have mercy. She locks eyes on you. Take me away. Anywhere. Anywhere's better than here. Oh. I expected them to be stubborn. Huh. Swamp spores.
That's it! For Aethys!
And
I'm
a
no
swamp
help
slime.
here.
Meadow.
Hey.
Meadow.
Thaos!
You're not getting through.
Leave it!
I wanted to do. Now that things are actually where they should be, I'm gonna turn things down just a tiny bit. There we go. Now the volume should be good. And a regular old dank spore. We've been fighting these since Anslog's Compass.
Of course.
Also, I did a little poking around on r/Project Eternity. Yeah, I think it's Project Eternity or Project Infinity. Whatever the big project that encompasses the Pillars games and Tyranny. Apparently the level cap is 12. So, we are at end game levels, practically. So, this is because of my tendency to do side quests until I have to do the main story. Geez, Sagani went down?
That's for my friends.
I mean, I know there's Stelgar. Let's go ahead and camp, I guess.
Hey.
Suppose it would be good to travel in the day. Itumak? I blame you, Itumak.
Hey.
Fairly large group up here.
I have...
That's for my friends.
Okay, let's get the one that's attacking our squishies.
Meadow. That one hit true.
Not. Hey.
I half expected to find that adventurer had that one adventurer's set that we saw over near Gilded Vale, like those zones. I forget his name, but I can go ahead and easily check in my stash because he had a lot of enchanted miscellaneous items. Fulvano, that was it. Why are you holding everything? So Durance gets the Seal of Faith. Let's see. It's overseeing. Lord's Authority isn't honestly that great. But, I mean, I don't need eternal funding. But if anyone has an open ring slot... Protection and deflection... I guess you would take deflection since you shouldn't be taking much melee damage. anything else? Gloves. Restore light endurance and perception +1. That goes to Aloth. Aloth, sorry. I know that it's Aloth. Now that I've heard them say it a few times. Animancer's boots. Give jolting touch. I guess I'd give those to Aloth since he has the intelligence or wisdom or whatever to get a good accuracy on jolting touch, and shockproof is a nice passive, I guess. Belt is spellbind of knockdown, and that's all it has. I wish I could give Itumok the Torque of Defiance. Oh. Right, we still don't have the gems to upgrade things to exceptional. Oh. I can give you +2 dex, and you don't have an attribute bonus already. I should have done that a while ago. You have Constitution too, which isn't that great, but you need Intellect too. This is already of Intellect. Don't really need a proofing. This one should be Constitution too, but I don't have a diamond, which really is not much of an issue. I can come across, I can buy those easily. And your Saint's War armor should also be Constitution. So, alright. I should not be doing inventory management right now. A cave? I was gonna say can't be too much living it. It's in Within? Oh, no, it's not. I'm easily startled, don't worry about me. Actually, there being mushrooms doesn't preclude it from being within. Oh.
You're not getting through me.
Sorry, Durance.
Go.
Some awakened Audra. Ooh. Loose brick. See, that perception bonus is already coming in handy.
Stand still.
No, not camping.
Light,
Scouting.
flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Bracers of deflection plus... I mean, I might as well give those to... Why do you have might? What? Oh, you don't. I don't know why I'm stacking Sagani as a deflection tank, but... Souls bound in eternity. guess I'm being hoity-toity about what gems I find.
Wait.
Leave it to me!
Meadow!
But yeah, I could...
Just like an adherent to code
We got Sagani.
Are you
Don't
kidding?
suppose we could rest a spell?
For a mortal protection.
Hey,
Whatever. Half asleep, a tide of deafening whispers assails you, chipping away at your senses, at your mind's understanding of itself. Their roar is louder with each passing night, their attacks more brazen, less confined to your subconscious. A familiar voice fights its way through the din, calling out to you.
Hey! Hey! You gotta stop it with that. Just about punched you to snap you out of it. You're saying things, but they weren't any words I ever heard. You're shaking so hard I thought you'd crack your spine.
What happened to the bucket of cold water? Adair shrugs and looks away, concealing his smile poorly. What would I do without a friend to punch me?
Oh, it's nice to feel needed. I'd evoke you sooner, but I thought it'd be nice for you to be able to close your eyes a bit. Folks don't last long without sleep. You're twitchy these days. Reminds me of Mayorwald more than I'd like. Anything I can
You
do,
weren't there when
just
we
let me
dealt
know.
with Mayorwald.
We're close on this one. Hang on a little longer. We'll get you fixed up. All right, then.
Still souls bound in eternity. I'm not sure I would really... Wait. Game?
Quietly now.
Oh, they're collapsed. They are men. But I'm not sure I would really like Tyranny, because I find it really hard to play evil characters. And the whole point of that game is you're playing an evil character. You are not a hero, you are an agent of the villain. Oh, Adair has more dialogue.
Hope I didn't seem ungrateful back there in the battlefield. And you went out of your way.
You had a lot on your mind.
Got real close. Didn't expect that. And for a second, I thought I was gonna finally see some answers. Foolish, of course. And why should I get answers? There's a world of Aethasians out there who don't know if their god's been blown up. Still, man can't help looking back. Guess you'd know that well as anyone.
Adair stares off, focusing on some distant thing, unseen and unrealized.
I might have turned my back on my god when he needed me. That's all I'll ever know.
You did what you had to. Even if Widewind was Aethys, his actions were too destructive.
His actions didn't seem righteous enough for a god. That's why me and Woden had Widewind figured for a pretender. It didn't occur to me that my god might actually mean to do harm to his own. Something to think about, I guess.
What's going on with Cadnua? Oh, war criminal. Oh! I still have that lead and key agent here. I didn't realize I actually captured her. We can get to Elm Shore, which is actually where a bounty is. I am still confused on why I can't get to Searing Falls. I was kind of right on where Elm Shore was, just a little further southwest. I'm not sure why. I figured the level cap would be like 15 or something. How big is Elm Shore? Reasonable. I think I just found our bounty. No, it's just a bunch of ogres. Bunch of ogres, coincidentally, is my new power metal band. Oh yeah.
La Varu.
Endurance, you go ahead and drop a heal centered on Adair. Focus fire on the druid, I guess. Oh right, I did get another Watcher ability. Dominion of the Sleepers. Peer into the sleeping memories of previous lives, drawing all upon the power to enhance his or her attributes. Let's go ahead and pop our drain. Where are you, Aloth? Yeah, use Safeguard. Sagani, you should go ahead and set a dot on him. Adair should go for a good clear out. Summon worms. Restore endurance centered on... Well, let's just go for the squishies. And then Sagani should summon her own worms. And basically win through strength by numbers. It's like paint by numbers, but die. Alright, Sagani, keep keep summoning. No. Go for that. Can our squishies save the day? Probably not. I should probably halt the matron because that seems to be the highest class. Blast of Frost. Haven't had a good chance to use that. Okay, let's load. Honestly, because I have a bounty active in this zone, I'm not feeling that safe here. Unless I'm specifically hunting it down. So, you know what? Let's go hunt the one in... Where was it? Black Meadow. Yeah, let's hunt the Dweller down. Just... so I know I'm specifically hunting for the one ogre. Oh. An exotic wares merchant has arrived at your keep and requests an audience. And it looked like... what is it? Oh, a distant relative of Nailed has arrived in the stronghold requesting they be freed in exchange for coin. Distant relative leaves the stronghold. Good job. How long do I have to deal with you? Oh, I have plenty of time for this prestigious visitor. Let's see. Pretty sure the dweller is right there. And I can't use my... oh, I can use my summons before the start of battle. Okay.
Right.
Hey.
Ready, Watcher. Right.
Oh, have to be in... must be in combat to use that.
Hey.
Never mind. Do I still have food equipped? No, I don't. Oh, well.
Hey.
Thought it was at one of these. I do still have the bounty, right? Yeah, the dweller. In Black Meadow. Maybe it was right over here. Alright, here's the Greater Earthblight. There's the Dweller. You go ahead and summon while Itumok tries to take down the troll. I feel like the wood beetles are going to be completely useless at this point. So let's just go straight for the worms. Oh, she can only summon one at a time. Okay. Okay. These guys need to focus on that troll. While you two need to focus on the earth blights.
Thing isn't doing the job.
You have 2 sets of weakenings. You're already healing. Is that gonna hit Kana? That's not gonna hit Kana, which is what I really need. So let's heal centered on Kana. Adair is actually doing a good job on the Dweller. Kana should actually be able to finish that Earth Blight just fine. Because Adair is apparently an amazing freaking tank.
Can't get a good shot.
Go for another knockdown. Wow. Is that 80% chance of defending or of hitting, though?
Lavaru beyond seek.
Oh wow.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Okay, so we just beat the Dweller.
You're not getting through me.
That's it! La Faru, be on seat!
Cool. And the Dweller dropped nothing interesting.
Hey.
So this is purely a money bounty. Lavender and Light completed, so... We got a major item, 2 average items, and the Lavender Wreath, which is a headpiece that gives immunity to Sickened. But it's irritating and it causes sickening? I don't know. Either way, we cleared a bounty. No, not Radrix.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
Alright, so let's deal with the trader. First of all. No, first thing is checking our treasury. See all the stuff that's stockpiled. Let's see here. The Red Reed Wand and the Lavender Wreath. A couple of scrolls, restore moderate endurance, defense, and restore light endurance. Awakened Audra. I mean, I'm not turning my nose up at a bunch of materials. Oh, that's Primal Wind. I needed that for something, I think.
Well met, friend.
Did you sell gems? I don't think you did. No. Okay. Azuro. Good tidings, my lady. I am Azuro, famed merchant, purveyor of many valuable and, dare I say, rare objects. And so I would like to remain. I have an urgent matter to discuss with you, something you'll want resolved as quickly as I am certain. Very well, let's hear it. It's these bandits, my lord. The roads are absolutely crawling with them, and they have the local merchants in a fright. I'm having trouble filling out my stock. My suppliers say the risk is too great. Nobody wants to hear that the fineries sent out for delivery have been stolen by unwashed brigands. If I have no goods to sell, I cannot make a living, nor can I offer you the many special items normally at my disposal. I'll put an end to this. Yes, my lord, what is it you have planned? Azuro watches you curiously, his hands folded eagerly in front of him. My name has worth in these parts. I'll personally ensure the delivery and cover all losses that occur. This should allay any fears. Quite a more generous offer than these suppliers have never heard, I'll warrant. Have ever heard, I imagine. Thank you. I'll have more goods to offer you in short order. I'm sure of it. But where is Azuro at? Usually? Oh well. Alright, turn in the bounty, rest, and then hunt the other bounty, I guess. Preferably staying away from that big ogre encounter because that is a lot of duders.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
I mean, yeah. That's kind of the idea.
How do you do?
I took down the Dweller. To the relief of the merchants, I'm sure. Use the coin they were offering. 4k XP and 2250 copper. Let's see here. Let's just go for the intellect boost.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
Let's see then. Back to Elmshore. Let's check down here for, oh, an Audra sculpture. That is a huge Audra formation. Like, holy crap. Oh, of course there's one coming from up there.
They're not getting through me.
And an Earth Blight. I guess you go ahead and cleave? I mean, the idea here was to get rid of the things trying to go after the squishies, but that's like everything now. Ah, dragon. Glorious. And of course, Kana goes down.
Blackbones are not getting through me.
What? What's going on here? Okay, turrets. You drop a shining beacon.
Let's leave some reminders.
Dare can cleave. Sagani? Dominated. Okay. Knock down the forest worker. Was Sagani actually attacking? Alright. I thought that somehow I had it mixed up on Sagani and Durance. You're still dominated. Alright, Adair, go for a second wind and knock down the Audra beetle. This is actually kind of depressing.
Ready, Watcher. Eat some up.
There we go.
Big fella's down.
We got Sagani.
Next goes Forest Lurker. Did you already use your... Yeah, you used your second chance. Knock down the Audra beetle.
Wish I could've... Leave it to me!
Nice. Okay, so we're probably not going to be able to take out that ogre bounty if I suck that badly. Crap, where am I going to buy high-level gems? The only places I could think of to buy gems are gone. Alright, let's take a quick look at our... Let's go for a Burning Lash. Yeah. Primordial Slaying. You should take the intellect instead of the overseeing. Let me put spare uniques away. That's not going away. I have you on the Drake's Bell, don't I? That would cause an issue, and I can upgrade the large shield to exceptional. I need an Audra Dragon Scale and a ruby to make it superb. So that should help your survivability. I guess I'll give you Constitution 1 since it's cheap. Same for you. Take you from fine. You don't really need the accuracy bonus, so go to damaging 2. Your shield is already exceptional. What do I need for an exceptional scepter? 2 rubies and 2 Vithrak brains. And to make your armor exceptional, you need a sapphire. Let's give you wilder slaying, I guess. So you can only have one summon per battle, and obviously I want that to be the worms. I'm almost tempted to... Oh. Okay, so this would actually be an upgrade for Aloth. And it would give him a Will-O-Wisp summon and Nature's Terror. Justice isn't that great. Sura's Supper Plate. It's just a... It has retaliation on it, actually. That makes it almost tempting. But... no. Ravenwing, though. Also kind of tempting. Let's compare it to Whispers of Yenwood. Better damage. Doesn't have the Constitution bonus, but it's not a willpower detriment. No Shocking Lash. But it's not even upgraded to... Oh wait, it's damaging 3. Let's go for the mace for now. I've been using Whispers of Yenwood for the whole game. I should probably vary it up a bit. Do I have any headpieces? No. Cloak of Protection. Have any neck pieces that would be better? Not really. Alright. Let's save, since that was a pretty hefty amount of prepping. I'm not a prepper. Do not take that out of context. It's too late. It's already been taken out of context.
Of course.
Let's come around this way through the archway, though. Right. You have Jolting Touch on your bow? So you... drop a fireball, of course, because that is my favorite spell in the game. Aloth, you... give me 2 Will-O-Wisps. Durance, you need to... you go for Searing... No, not Searing Seal. What is it? Shining Beacon, yeah. Sagani, you go ahead and summon your worms. Yeah, go ahead and summon a Swamp Lurker. Just stack up as many summons as I can get.
Arthur, run for my friend. Can't get a good shot.
I think we're good at this point. Durance, go ahead and heal. Kana.
Isn't going.
This is such a clusterfuck.
That one hit.
So, Dragon is not a run-on Audra Dragon, which I am thankful for.
Hey, kind of stuck over here.
Yeah, go for a nice fan of flames, hit everything. Yeah, bounding missiles, I guess. Yeah, continue piling on the Forest Lurker until it dies. I want to keep the level 5 Durance spells for revival that I forgot about. Freaking sue me. You know what? Just take your freaking second chance. Inflict the damage over time on the Forest Troll.
Get over! Big fella's down.
I shall deal with this.
Okay, revive Hana. How long are you stunned?
Swat.
They've got your scent.
Till now. And did Hana go right back down? Okay, go for the minor missiles on the Adragon. Oh, no, it was just, he went
Here
down.
we've lost the angry one.
Sacre tu!
Try and poison everything.
Stuck.
This is an embarrassment. Like, this is actually terrible. And I should feel ashamed of having recorded this.
Doors.
You know what? Let's just move on. Okay, some blights and an Adragon.
Beyond seek.
This is something I can deal with.
That one hit through.
Ana.
Leave it to me.
Meadow.
Just kill the Adragon on because it's going to keep summoning lights.
I'm here.
Love.
Stop attacking Utumak. Just ignore him. There we go.
I'm here.
Following your lead.
Go ahead and bandage yourself. Or triage,
Hey.
whatever. Oh boy. I'm just gonna wait until I get to the next major settlement to come back and clear out these zones so that I can buy upgrades. Oh. That's not actually the way to Hearthsong.
Leave it to me.
Watch me get wrecked by 2 Stelgear.
Lava. Beyond seek.
Oh, The man on the ground gasps for air, clutching his chest as he struggles. On closer examination, you see his red cloak obscures the full extent of his injuries. His face whitens as blood pools around him. Please, the traveler. Help him get to his feet. No! You moan, slumping out of your grip. Do not trouble yourself. This body is a ruined shell, but my soul shall live on. That is all that matters. What happened? Forgetful. So careless. He mutters, blood seeping from his lips. Cuts on my knuckles from morning's practice. He holds his blood-soaked hand in front of him. The Stelgears. They smelled blood on me. Thought that they found their next meal. The man reaches down to clutch his left leg, his finger running along a jagged length of bone protruding from his knee. They were almost correct. The man lets out a long sigh and smiles at you with a slow, knowing nod. You are known to us, Watcher. We know you have treated others honestly, fairly. His face becomes pale and lapses into a wide smile. And I have need of someone trustworthy to finish my mission. Tell me of your mission. This must be delivered to my order. The monk weakly grasps for his satchel, drawing it from a messenger's scroll case. Take it, he rasps, waving the missive at you. It needs to be carried to the celestial sapling. Give this to my brothers. They will reward you. Do not open it. He cries out, his voice cracking. The contents are for my brothers only. If the seal is broken, they will... Blood erupts from the man's mouth, streams of red oozing down his neck. His head slumps backwards, and his body goes still. Let's examine the case. The scroll case is crafted of darkly stained oak on the likeness of a thin tower. Along its length, 5 wax seals adorn the case, each with its own symbol. A small flame, an open palm, a crescent moon, a shining sun, and a balanced scale. The seals would more than likely break if you were to try and open the case. Put it in our bag. Is this still not the exit? No. Okay, back to the crossroads we go. A lot of Audra here.
Anyone suspected of treachery must be reported at once.
Appeal.
Good, you have come. You have heard of the recent defections from our order caused by this apostate in Kratom.
A pale image of Thaos beckons you with the curl of translucent fingers. An answer floats to the surface of your consciousness, remembered from ages ago. Yes, I have.
This is a dangerous woman whose lies spread like plague. She inspires chaos, sows conflict. Because of these unusual circumstances, I am speaking to all our initiates personally to ensure there is no more dissension.
You mean because she was one of us?
Who she was no longer matters. If her following continues to grow, there will be war, and all our work will be undone. You were recruited from Kratom, were you not? You must have known this heretic woman, Yavara.
No, we never met. Honest.
That is for the best. She has been using her prior relationships with our members to manipulate them. I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
I understand, Your Eminence. It's always funny when other party members step forward for those events. Alright. That takes us to Hearthsong. I'm gonna go a little long because most of that was wasted on failed battles.
Hail, Estramore.
The warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of pain. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city. The 6 tribes of Glonvoth welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthsong district. You're free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into other districts. Those are forbidden to Estramorwen. Why is it forbidden to enter the remaining districts of Twin Elms? The Twin Elms is a sacred city built where the first keepers of the stone met the builders. It exists alongside the works of the builders and is the only place in all of Glonvoth where it is permitted to set foot among these sacred places. The Estramorwen, however, do not have proper respect for the stones here. His words trigger something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Audra. Just as quickly, the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you the permission of the city. Only Anamenfoth Bithwal was present in the passage of the 6 today, and she has her own troubles. He jerks his head at a long hut in the middle of the district. You have other questions about Twin Elms? What can you tell me about it? The city is sacred to all Glonfothans, as it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home along the builders' relics. When the builders commanded us settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It's the only place in Glonvoth where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into 4 districts. Hearthsong, the Commons District, Old Song, the site of our temples, Elmsreach, home of Delemgan, the Druids, and Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city. I'd like to hear about Hearthsong. I'm going to stop doing the voice because it's annoying. This is Hearthsong. It's a place where Glonfothans and Estramorwen may gather together. It is also the site of the Passage of the 6, where our tribal leaders, Anamfatha, meet. He points to a large round building at the other end of the district. That way is the market. Guard your purse there. No one bargains like a Glonfothan, and if you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There you will find the way to the Celestial Sapling, which temples lie in Old Song. There is Noon for Us, which is dedicated to Rimmergund, a group of pale elves from the Frozen Southernlands, arrived not long ago to oversee it. There's also the Ness, a temple of Hylia, and Galawain's Maw, a den of beasts dedicated to the hunter god. The route to the Burial Isle also lies that way. Tell me about Elm's Reach. There lies Ter Evron, one of the only towers of the builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the works of the builders. 2 Delimgan sisters dwell there now. The Hall of Warriors stands at the other end of the district. Rumor has it that Anemphoth Simoke of 3 Tusk Stelgar is there now. Stelgar. Elm's Reach is also where the druids keep their halls. There are the Ovates of the Golden Grove and the Ethic Knoll of the Blood Sands. Many shudder at the brutal sacrifices of the Ethic Knoll, but High Ovate Erona is just as powerful in her own way. Do you know anything about the Burial Isle? It is the place where Anemphatha are laid to rest among the stones placed by the builders. They say the souls of some of the Anemphatha linger there still. The way lies through Old Song. It is the holiest place in all of Twin Elms. I'll keep your words in mind. Best that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more. Really? I figured Defiance Bay was gone.
The famous hunters of Air Blanfoth dwell?
Concerned tribesmen. I assure you, they saw the man break into Ter Evron. An Orlan dressed in thick furs appears immersed in conversation. He locks his hands together to emphasize his point. I speak true. He commanded strange powers, they claim. An elven woman lifts her eyes from her furry companion and nods in your direction. Another foreigner. Did he look like this one? The Orlan turns around.
Builder's wisdom to you.
What is it, Estremor? Tell me about the man you speak of. A strange man, a foreigner, broke into Ter Evron, the tower under the giant elms. Estremor cannot walk the grounds of Elm's Reach. Why was he allowed to pass? This one was unseen. He wielded a strange power we now know. What's Ter Evron? Ter Evron has stood since the time of the builders, and it will stand long after we are all gone. Yes, the tower stands strong, and the gods live within its sacred hall. It's no place for unclean souls, or foreigners. You said the gods live in Ter Evron. How is that possible? The mysteries of our ancestors are not for every foreigner to understand. In Twin Elms, in the temples of the builders, the gods commune with us. Be sated in knowing this truth. Sounds like Thaos. Let's see. Market is over here. Tamra.
Builder's wisdom to you.
This tall woman is clad in furred hides. She settles a sharp, dark-eyed gaze on you. I hold here the best hides in Air Glonfoth. Hides so thick the Stelgar cannot claw through. Boots so supple they will smother the sound of your steps. Let's see. Exceptional, fine. No uniques. Darwin.
Builder's wisdom to you.
This thick-framed woman smiles broadly as you approach. Ah, I see that you have heard it. A good blade has a voice and it sings to its wielder. What weapon called you forward? Let's see. Bleska's Labor, Starcaller, and Strike Hard. Exceptional. Disorienting for 5 seconds on hit. 20% okay, that is actually a pretty good one. Starcaller, convert grace to hit, exceptional, stunning, and spell striking with minor missiles. Huh. And Bleska's Labor, accurate 1, superb, coordinating and draining. Lost Meadow Male, which is exceptional with regeneration. And Curded Pames, which is fine and resolve +3. Helmet of Darksea is perception +2. Don't really have that much to sell. Well, I can afford to sell like 30 spirit residue. And 5 pearls. And 15 primal waters. I loaded the autosave, I'm realizing now. 30 Peridot, 20 Moonstone, 15 Bloodstone, 15 Ogre Blood, all my Amethyst, 40 Volume, boom, I have money again. Lost Meadow Mail is pretty... Ooh. It doesn't come with Sunbeam, but I keep forgetting to use that anyway. Give me that and the Starcaller. Aston? You just sell cooking ingredients and camping supplies. Honestly, I might as well buy all of the cooking ingredients, though. Alari. An old elven woman clothed in thick robes that beckons you to approach. Welcome, foreigner, welcome! Her forearms, splotched by green and blue stains, wiggle out of her hanging sleeves like caterpillars out of ripe fruits. I've got what you seek, always. Come see. Between bows and smiles, she points to a little girl beside the herbalist store. We're here to help you, foreigner. Yes, yes we are. The Fisher Crane tribe serves your people. Unguents, potions, tinctures. She makes a sprawling gesture at a collection of pots, bottles, and herbs that lies behind her. If you seek it, I have it, always. So, rubies and sapphires. They have what I need. Alright, let's go ahead and sell my scrolls. Because I'm never going to remember to even equip them, let alone use them. And sell the drugs. And the Fleet Feet potions, because I'm never going to use those. Let's value high to low here. traps. Potion of major endurance. Instantly heal 124 endurance. I'm gonna hold on to that in the major regens for dragon fights. Same for the potion of power. The others, honestly, either I'm not going to use or I'm going to forget to use for the most part. Alright. So give me both rubies and 2 sapphires. So for now, I won't have the money to buy the upgrades, but that'll just come naturally. Talk to Ewen. Alari handles all the trades, I'm just her apprentice.
What brings you here?
Ronette? You sell guns, projectile weapons in general. A paladin +2 intellect cloak. Quarterstaff that has fireball per rest. Mace that gives restored moderate endurance per rest. Blunderbuss. That's exceptional and disorienting, and grazes convert to hits. And a pistol that's exceptional. Rending, annihilation. Like, there are a couple of things, but not many things that really scream out as, "You need me, buy me," which is good because it would be really weird if items in a game were talking to me directly. Of course, if I come across some money again, I certainly want to buy every unique item possible. A tabby cat snaps out of its placid stupor as you approach. It opens its eyes wide, following your every step before trotting to your side to rub against your legs. Okay, I have a tabby cat now. Let's see. Right. We need to go to the Celestial Sapling to give those monks that scroll. She'll pay! That witch, she'll... Fuming with anger and pacing in tiny circles, the Phalian merchant aims his wild rant at you as you approach. You there, have you come to trade with the savages? Learn from my example and take your business elsewhere. Spittle accents his every sentence. Liars, cheats, swindlers. That duplicitous bitch, Alarhi. She claimed to be selling the Elard Gola flower buds, but all I have now is 6 bushels of common houseplants. The herbs are useless. He throws a handful of dried plants to the ground, stomping on the brittle stems and leaves, kicking up a pungent, savory scent. I'll get my money back from that swindling savage. What did Alari say when you confronted her? Nothing of substance, he quickly muttered. She defended herself, of course, saying the herbs were legitimate. Why wouldn't she lie? No one will value my word over hers. What do you intend to do about this? When I get my hands on... Renato halts his sentence, his eyes darting about at the nearby Glanfadden guards. I'm in the savage's home court, so it's my word against hers. Where does that leave me? I'd be a fool to threaten her here on tribal soil. He sighs, pressing on his temples. I cannot sell this worthless herb to recover my coin, and I am powerless to confront Alari. I don't suppose... He looks at you, sizing you up. If you were willing to mediate, perhaps you could succeed where I failed. I would, of course, pay you handsomely for your troubles. I'll see what I can do. He did say... The Celestial Sapling. Okay. This man looks up sharply as you approach, eyes going wide. You! You're the one he's looking for! He sets down his wine. You killed Lord Raedric. Keep it down, idiot. No, you don't understand. It didn't work. I'm one of the guards at the keep. Was one of the guards. He's killed most of them, the ones you didn't. Kolsch, he didn't last very long. Nothing but empty air, him. Nice enough to work for, I mean. Much nicer, but it didn't help him when Raedric came back. Gods, the screaming. His eyes. It was like he was burning inside. He shudders. He says he's going to come back to lead us like before. He says he's going to kill you for what you've done. I told him I'd find you, give you his challenge, do it all honorable, that sort of thing. He let me go, and I kept running as far as my coin let me. He laughs bleakly. Funny, me running into you anyway. Anyhow. I suppose you have some kind of trap waiting for me back there. Who? Me and the four fools Raedric threw off the ramparts? I haven't got a thing to do with him, and I'm begging your pardon, but I'd rather keep as far from you as I can manage. I'm just going to sit here and drink until I don't remember a thing. I wish you all the luck in the world, friend. There's something awful in that keep, howling after your blood. Raedric is back? How?
Hail, traveler.
Alright, let's go ahead and stay for the Might and Constitution and Resolve, I guess. Oh.
Hail and well met.
A slender woman in dusty leathers locks eyes with you. It's good to see someone from more civilized lanes around here. Her unkempt hair sprouts in wavy black tufts. Despite the fine features that sculpt her face, a cleft chin completes her boyish appearance. I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Glenfathan hospitality. Her gloved hands come to rest on the pommel of a long estoc cinched low on her hip. I can almost forgive the hostility toward outsiders, but temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks, unexcusable. I hope I don't seem forward, but I've heard of you. A sly smile carves a dimple on her cheek. You're famed among the dozens, and that makes us allies. She gives you a coquettish sideways glance. And allies, well, they help each other, do they not? What help do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Swyneth looks to both sides, scanning for uninvited listeners. Glenfathan scouts, and not just any mob of local zealots, the Fangs. She pauses to let the name settle in the air. The Fangs are a brutal, relentless bunch, eager to make an example of meddlesome, troublesome outsiders. And that's why I need your help. Or as for why I need your help, her smile widens as she speaks. I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight if it comes to that. She taps her hand on the pommel of her estoc. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do, but if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold, so this might require spilling blood. Why aren't you with the rest of your friends? Why not warn them yourself? Her posture stiffens at the question. It was my turn to handle far patrol. I spotted the Fangs on my trek back to the camp. I knew rejoining the main group would risk leading the enemy right back to the expedition. I know the woods, and I know how to stay quiet, but I didn't want to stake my friends' lives on my ability to sneak past expert hunters like the Fangs. If they noticed me warning my friends, we'd have been overrun. Swyneth tilts her head to the side and points to you with a grin. But if they notice me and some reinforcements, like, say, you, well, at least then we can scare them off or put up a good fight. What did your friends do to draw the attention of the Fangs? Just setting foot in Air Glonfoth is a good way to defend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. I suspect one of our newer scouts didn't cover his tracks well enough. When I spotted the Fangs, they were retracing a path the expedition had taken days before. I'll help you. Excellent. I knew I could count on you. She leans in and whispers, assuming the Fangs didn't already get them. My friends should now be at or around the Pilgrim's Trail in the Northweald. The plan was to camp along a trail leading to a temple of Hylia. Find my comrades, warn them the Fangs are coming, and help them clear out of the forest. I'll head out first on my own to see if I can't lead the Fangs astray and buy us some time. She pulls her estoc a few inches out of its scabbard and cracks a smile. If the gods smile on us, we won't have to draw steel. Should it come to that, I'm glad you're on our side. No, you're a backer character and you're silent. Ah, here we go. Hi, monk.
Good day to you.
This monk massages his temples, his face buried in his palm. As you approach, he looks up. This room needs a proper door, he mutters. My brothers and I rented this space that we may have some measure of privacy in this foreign land. Perhaps you could find another room here in the inn. I met another monk in robes like your own. He died of his wounds right as I found him. The monk's eyes widen. His fists curl in a crackling barrage of popping joints. Robes like ours, you say? Was he carrying anything? Did he tell you anything? Hand you anything? Please, we've been waiting for another of our order to meet us here, and if you found him... All eyes fall to the floor as the monks begin to whisper chants in unison to their fallen friend. He gave me this missive. Hand me that! The monk exclaims as he snatches the missive from your grasp. Almost immediately, his face turns red. I mean, please, this is of great importance. Breaking the seals, the monk unrolls the handwritten scroll contained within and quickly reads the message, his lips breathlessly mouthing the text. He turns to address his brothers. My brethren, the Archmartyr has sent word. At long last, we now have what we need. Thank you, stranger, the monk says, folding his hands in front of him as he bows deeply. Your honest soul is to be applauded. I admit I was surprised. When you handed me the message, I expected the seals to be broken. The monk turns red, his face smiling for the first time. I'm glad to see common decency is not yet lost from this world. He reaches into the folds of his robes. Here, your honesty must be rewarded. Isla Brescia. Oh, it's a small shield. It's another small shield with reflection on it. Okay. Not sure why these were in your active inventory. Oh. Taxes. A slaver. What is with these idiot slavers thinking I'm sympathetic? Alright, back to the market we go. Wow, we got a lot of experience for that one, considering we basically just handed over a scroll. I think we got more experience for not doing something in that case, though. Oh. Immediate addendum. Oh, Alari has left the Hearthsong's market, perhaps having learned that Renato enlisted me to pursue. Hey, Ewan. A young girl looks about the market with a disinterested gaze. gaze. As you near, she snaps to attention and straightens her posture. "Welcome, Esther Moore," she says with a curtsy. "Alari's not here, so I'm running the shop while she's away." She slides her hands in front of the... Yeah. I'm looking for Alari. Where might I find her? "She lives not far from here." The little girl points at the exit outside of the market. "Climb up the stairs. At the top, there's a circle of ruin. Do you know it? It's on the north side of Hearthsong. Anyway, her house is right there. The door faces those ruin." Door that faces the ruins. I guess this would be it? Alari stands tall and proud, surrounded by Glenfathen warriors that study your every move. I expected Renato to employ someone on his behalf. I'm surprised to see that it is you doing his bidding. She tilts her head to the side and blinks slowly. "Does the presence of my armed entourage concern you? You were expecting a defenseless shopkeeper, am I right?" Alari raises her dye-stained hand just as one of her guards begins to lurch forward. "Stillness," she barks at her attendant. "Give the Esther Moore a chance to speak." "We are not dear wooden beasts. Here, hospitality reigns." Alari nods to you, holding up an open hand, her palm and fingers covered in blue and green dye. "Envoy of the Valian, speak the message you were sent to deliver." "I want to hear your side of the story." "The first step of any sensible path," she muses, scratching her chin. "Renato did purchase from me several bushes of Elard Gola, and for it he paid a high price, but did so willingly, saying it was a bargain right as he handed me his copper. It was after our trade that the Valian spit his venom." Alari's voice grows angry. "Renato accused me of trickery, of fraud, claiming I delivered withered likenesses of Elard Gola and not the genuine root. Such nerve, for in fact he is beyond the help of Elard Gola." She holds a blue-dyed finger in the air before curling it down slowly, smiling as she does. "Renato's old bow isn't firm enough for a full draw. No amount of Elard Gola will give him the spear of a young... Oh! A fair deal was made, and now Renato objects, angry that his withered family plow is beyond herbal remedies." She shakes her head, her voice becoming a growl. "I have never sold anyone a remedy I knew to be false. If Renato does not silence his slanderous tongue, we will do it for him." "What kind of punishment do you have in mind for him?" "Renato has slandered his host, making him no longer a guest. The merchant must vanish from Twin Elms." She crosses her arms under the sleeves of her robe. "But Glenfathen hospitality must be observed, always. He is to be given a chance to leave on his feet before he bleeds on his back. Deliver, in our name, a warning. Tell Renato that if he does not leave, he will be accused of conspiring to pilfering with and relics from our lands. He won't risk a trial by the Council of Father." Alari draws a small wooden cage from the folds of her robe. "If he won't listen, tell him that his faulty member will end in a cage. Just like this black beetle. Food for our birds." "The reputation of your tribe is tied to your actions. Is that how you want the future trading partners to remember your kin?" The Glenfathens look at each other, faces alight with disagreement. A murmur of voices rises around the dwelling's hearth until Alari, eyes shut tight, stomps on the ground with force. "Enough! Stillness!" She waits until her brethren's voices die down before opening her eyes. "You speak with a long-sighted judgment. Trade strengthens all of the tribes, and Renato's claim, false as it may spread to poison us. We will suffer the indignity of letting this liar profit if it means safeguarding the peaceful, honorable accord of the Twin Elms." Alari pulls up one sleeve, revealing a leather bag hanging from her hand. The clinking of copper fills the room. "Take this back to the Valian with the blessings of the Fisher Crane tribe."
Gods keep you.
Renato smiles broadly and throws his arms in the air at your arrival. My friend, welcome back. Have you recovered my coin? I've got your coin back. Divaru? Renato's eyes widen as his hands greedily snatch the perch. Belfado! I had almost given up hope. Belfado, rather. Renato counts the coin, smiling with each clink of copper. My thanks to you, friend. With this, I can finally restock my wares. Come find me at the Celestial Sapling. I'm sure I can find some choice items for resourceful customers like yourself. Wait, I got the tiny beetle as a pet item, didn't I? Freaking knew it. Alright. So I think that's gonna do it for this one. So, next time on Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, we're gonna have to find our way into Elm's Reach. Or rather, find a way to get permission to get into Elm's Reach to chase Thaos. See you guys then.